Hello and welcome to our video on geographical skills for Year 7 students or any other geography student in secondary. Today, we will be discussing some key concepts that are fundamental to understanding maps and using them to navigate the world around us. And we will cover some important topics that are part of the British national curriculum in general. Let's get started. Types of connections. There are three categories. Firstly, let's talk about local connections. Local connections refer to the relationships we have with people and places in our immediate area, such as our neighborhood, town, or city. Examples of local connections include local businesses. This can include shops, restaurants, and other small businesses in our community. These businesses provide goods and services to us and help to create a sense of community. Local landmarks. These are landmarks or sites that are unique to our local area, such as a famous building, statue, or park. Local events. These are events that happen in our community, such as a festival or parade. These events can bring people together and create a sense of shared identity and belonging. National connections refer to the relationships we have with people and places across our entire country. Examples of national connections include national holidays. These are holidays that are celebrated across the country, such as 4th of July in USA or Constitution Day in Spain. National landmarks. These are landmarks or sites that are significant to our entire country, such as the Statue of Liberty in USA or the Puerta del Sol in Spain. National events. These are events that happen at a national level, such as the Super Bowl in USA or La Liga in Spain. Finally, let's talk about international connections. International connections refer to the relationships we have with people and places outside of our country. Examples of international connections include international travel. This can include traveling to other countries for leisure or business. Global events. These are events that happen at a global level, such as the World Cup or the United Nations General Assembly. Global issues. These are issues that affect people and countries around the world, such as climate change or world hunger. What are mental maps, and how can I make mine better? A mental map is a map that you create in your mind based on your knowledge and experience of a place. To make your mental map better, you can pay attention to details of the environment around you. Make connections between different places. Use landmarks as reference points. What does the scale on a map tell me, how it works, and in which three ways it could be represented? The scale on a map tells you how much the real world has been reduced to fit on the map. It can be represented in three ways. Ratio scale, for example 1 to 50,000. Linear scale, as a line divided, for example a bar scale. Verbal scale, in words, for example, 1 centimeter on the map represents 1 kilometer in real life. What is the difference between a sketch map and the maps in an atlas? A sketch map is a simple, hand-drawn map that shows basic information about a place, while maps in an atlas are professionally made and show a lot of detail. Sketch maps are useful for quickly jotting down information, while maps in an atlas are more accurate and comprehensive. What are grid references, and how do I use them to find places? Explain the 4-figure grid reference and the 6-figure grid reference. Grid references are a way of locating a specific point on a map. A 4-figure grid reference identifies a square on a map, while a 6-figure grid reference identifies a specific point within that square. To use grid references, you need to 1. Divide the map into a grid. 2. Use the grid lines to identify the square the point is in. 3. Use the numbers along the grid lines to identify the specific point. How can I measure distance on a map? We explain 2 techniques, as the crow flies and by road, train, etc. You can measure distance on a map using a ruler or a string. The 2 techniques to measure distance are: as the crow flies, measuring the straight line distance between 2 points. By road, train, etc., measuring the distance between 2 points using the roads, train tracks, or other paths on the map using, for example, a piece of string. What are the compass points, and why are they useful? The compass points are the 8 main directions on a compass: north, south, east, west, northeast, southeast, southwest, and northwest. They are useful for navigation and giving directions. What are OS maps, and what kinds of things and information do they show? OS maps are topographical maps produced by the Ordnance Survey, which is the national mapping agency of Great Britain. They are widely used by hikers, walkers, and outdoor enthusiasts, as well as professionals in fields such as architecture, engineering, and surveying. OS maps provide a detailed view of the landscape, showing physical features such as hills, mountains, rivers, and forests, as well as human-made features such as roads, buildings, and landmarks. They also show administrative boundaries such as counties and regions, as well as grid references and coordinates that allow the user to locate specific places on the map. What are contour lines and spot heights? Finally, let's move on to contour lines and spot heights. Contour lines are lines on a map that connect points of equal elevation above sea level. These lines help to visualize the shape and steepness of the terrain, and by reading them, you can estimate the height of any point on the map. Spot heights, on the other hand, are points on a map that have been surveyed and measured to determine their exact elevation above sea level. They are usually marked by a small circle with a number inside, and they provide more precise information about the elevation of a particular location. Using contour lines and spot heights, you can determine the gradient of a slope, the height of a peak or mountain, and the depth of a valley. They are important tools for planning hiking routes and for understanding the physical geography of an area. Thank you for watching this video on geographical skills. We hope you found it informative and helpful in understanding these important concepts that teachers have explained in their lessons. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more videos like this. And remember, without geography, you are nowhere.